In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on October 5th, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. UCLA versus Penn State. The Penn State Nittany Lions will face off against the UCLA Bruins at Beaver Stadium on Saturday afternoon in a highly anticipated matchup. This game marks the debut Big Ten contest for both teams, meaning they will need to quickly adjust to the new level of competition in the conference. The Bruins, struggling early in the season with a 1-3 record, find themselves near the bottom of the Big Ten standings. On the other hand, Penn State has had a strong start to their season, remaining undefeated and aiming to keep their winning streak alive. While the Nittany Lions enter the game as heavy favorites, anything can happen in a conference battle, especially with so much at stake. Historically, these two programs have met 6 times, but their last encounter was way back in 1968. As for the Bruins, they face significant challenges this week. Quarterback Chase Garbers was absent from team practices leading up to the game, although he was seen on the sidelines on a stationary bike during Wednesday's session. His absence adds to the growing concerns for UCLA's offense, which has already been struggling over the past few weeks. Facing their 3rd straight ranked opponent this season could be a breaking point for head coach Deshaun Foster's squad. While the Bruins have performed slightly better on the road than at home, this will be their first true test in Big Ten territory, and it happens to be at Beaver Stadium, one of the most intimidating venues in college football. In contrast, Penn State enters the matchup relatively healthy, with most of its key players available. After a somewhat lackluster offensive showing in their previous game, the Nittany Lions will look to bounce back, especially given their impressive home field advantage, where they have averaged 37 points per game. Considering the circumstances, the Penn State Nittany Lions to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. When it comes to total points scored this season, these teams have had a low-scoring trend, with only 2 of their 8 combined games hitting the over. That said, the dynamics of this particular matchup could lead to a different outcome. UCLA's defense has been struggling mightily in recent weeks, giving up an average of 37 points per game over their last 3 contests. This presents a prime opportunity for Penn State's offense, which has already proven capable of putting up big numbers, scoring 34 points in 3 separate games this season. The Nittany Lions boast one of the top rushing attacks in the country, and if that's not enough, quarterback Drew Aller is more than capable of making plays through the air when needed. After scoring just 21 points last weekend, Penn State will be eager to get back on track offensively and should have no trouble keeping the scoreboard active in this matchup. While Penn State will likely carry most of the scoring load, UCLA is also expected to contribute with a few touchdowns. Given these factors, over the projected total is our full game total pick. SMU versus Louisville. A significant early season showdown in the Atlantic Coast Conference is set for Saturday when the SMU Mustangs face off against the number 22 Louisville Cardinals. This game is particularly notable as it's SMU's first season competing in the Atlantic Coast Conference, which explains why these two teams haven't met since 1984. SMU is riding high after a dominant victory in their Atlantic Coast Conference debut, where they defeated Florida State 42-16 at home, comfortably surpassing the 5.5-point spread. On the other hand, Louisville is looking to bounce back from a hard-fought 31-24 loss to Notre Dame in South Bend, where they fell just short of covering the 6.5-point underdog spread. SMU has been firing on all cylinders over the past 2 weeks, largely due to a pivotal change at quarterback. After Preston Stone was sidelined, Kevin Jennings stepped up and has been a revelation for the Mustangs' offense. Jennings spearheaded a high-scoring attack, leading SMU to put up 66 points against TCU and then 42 points in their win over Florida State. This offense is potent, and Jennings has injected a spark into the team, providing both a passing and running threat with a 6-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. Meanwhile, Louisville is coming off their first defeat of the season and demonstrated a vulnerability to turnovers in high-stakes games. games. The Cardinals committed 3 turnovers against Notre Dame, which significantly hampered their momentum. SMU, despite being new to the Atlantic Coast Conference, is undervalued here. They were the champions of their previous conference last year and are poised to challenge every team they face in the Atlantic Coast Conference. With 108 points scored in their last 2 games, the SMU Mustangs to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. This contest features 2 highly efficient quarterbacks, both of whom are capable of executing quick strikes in what promises to be a fast-paced game. Together, the starting quarterbacks have combined for a remarkable 17-2 touchdown-to-interception ratio, supported by talented offensive playmakers capable of generating big plays. Kevin Jennings has now taken the reins for SMU, and his dual threat ability adds a new dimension to their offensive attack. His mobility will force Louisville's safeties to stay alert, preventing them from sitting back and defending deep passes as Jennings is a constant threat to scramble. On the other side, Louisville's Tyler Show is more of a traditional pocket passer, but his arm talent allows him to distribute the ball effectively across the field. Show has already racked up 1,114 passing yards and 11 touchdowns in just 4 games. Ja'Cory Brooks is a standout receiver for the Cardinals, accumulating 368 receiving yards so far, while SMU's running back, Brashard Smith, has been a workhorse, averaging over 100 rushing yards per game across 5 games. Both teams have shown a propensity for high-scoring affairs, with Louisville going over the projected point total in 3 of their 4 games this season and SMU doing the same in 3 of their 5 contests. Louisville has consistently put up at least 31 points in each of their victories, while SMU has eclipsed the 40-point mark in 3 of their 5 games. The Mustangs have hit the over in 3 of their last 4 outings, and with both teams boasting dynamic offenses, the trend is likely to continue. SMU's running back is averaging an impressive 7 yards per carry, and both quarterbacks have shown tremendous ball security, throwing only 2 combined interceptions over a span of 9 games. Given the limited turnovers and their ability to move the ball effectively, both teams are expected to score frequently. Louisville, motivated to rebound after their tough loss to Notre Dame, should come out with renewed energy. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Missouri versus Texas Agricultural and Mechanical. The Missouri Tigers hit the road on Saturday to take on the Texas Agricultural and Mechanical Aggies in a Southeastern Conference showdown at College Station. The Tigers come into this game ranked 9th in the country with a perfect 4-0 mark. The Aggies are now ranked 25th in the nation thanks to 4 straight wins following an opening night loss to Notre Dame. The Missouri Tigers are hitting the road this Saturday for a pivotal Southeastern Conference clash against the Texas Agricultural and Mechanical Aggies at College Station. Missouri enters the contest ranked 9th in the country with a flawless 4-0 record, showing strong form throughout the season. On the other hand, Texas Agricultural and Mechanical has bounced back from an opening night loss to Notre Dame by stringing together 4 consecutive victories, which has earned them the 25th spot in the national rankings. Last week, the Aggies defeated the Arkansas Razorbacks to improve to 4-1 on the season. But it's worth noting that Arkansas arguably handed them the game rather than Texas Agricultural and Mechanical decisively winning it. The Razorbacks outgained Texas Agricultural and Mechanical 379-297 and were more efficient on the field, converting more third downs than the Aggies. However, Arkansas committed 3 costly turnovers, and Texas Agricultural and Mechanical capitalized with a game-sealing touchdown in the 4th quarter. Meanwhile, the Missouri Tigers benefited from a bye week. In their last game, the Tigers narrowly defeated Vanderbilt on the scoreboard, though the stats tell a different story. Missouri outgained Vanderbilt by nearly 120 yards, averaged over 5 yards per carry, and was flagged only 3 times, demonstrating their efficiency. Texas Agricultural and Mechanical statistical profile highlights several concerns. In games against football bowl subdivision opponents, they have a negative yards per play margin, and they rank outside the top 65 in offensive predictive points added, scoring just 4 points per trip inside the opponent's 40-yard line. The Aggies rely heavily on their rushing attack, ranking 11th nationally in rush rate. However, they only rank 60th in rush prediction points added and a lowly 112th in rush explosiveness. Missouri's defense should be well equipped to counter this, as the Tigers rank in the top 20 for rush predicted points added and rush success rate, and they also sit within the top 50 in limiting explosive rushing plays. Defensively, Missouri's ability to generate havoc with a top 10 stuff rate and a top 25 havoc rate rate makes it challenging for opponents to score efficiently, allowing just 3 points per scoring opportunity. Offensively, Texas Agricultural and Mechanical's defense is vulnerable to the pass and ranks average in havoc creation, which should give Missouri quarterback Brady Cook ample time in the pocket. Missouri's offensive line ranks 7th in havoc allowed and is top 20 in preventing sacks, giving them a clear advantage. This game will mark Missouri's first road test of the season, and while playing at Kyle Field is notoriously tough, the Tigers appear to be in a favorable position. Despite some puzzling results in their last 2 games, there's reason to believe that head coach Lee Drinkwitz and his staff have been holding back strategically. With no distractions and coming off a bye week, Missouri should be fully focused, and we might see Drinkwitz and offensive coordinator Kirby Moore open up the playbook for their experienced offense. Last season, Missouri was 4-0 against the spread on the road and 4-1 against the spread as an underdog. So the Missouri Tigers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. As Missouri prepares for its first away game of the season, they come off a well-timed bye week, which should give them an edge in terms of preparation. The Tigers have been impressive with their 4-0 start, showing the ability to win both blowouts and close contests. They rank 36th in passing offense and 26th in rushing, with the potent duo of quarterback Brady Cook and wide receiver Luther Burden III making it difficult for opponents to contain them. Texas Agricultural and Mechanical, on the other hand, has turned to Marcel Reed as their new quarterback, and he's gone 3-0 since taking over. However, Reed struggled last week, throwing for fewer than 170 passing yards against Arkansas. The Aggies have leaned on their rushing attack to control games, but this could be a problem against Missouri, who ranks 19th in run defense. Given Missouri's strength in stopping the run, it seems likely they will be able to neutralize Texas Agricultural and Mechanical's primary offensive strategy. Therefore, Missouri covering the spread as underdogs seems like a strong bet for this game. While Missouri runs the 4th most plays per game against Football Bowl subdivision opponents, it's not due to playing at a high tempo. The Tigers' offense has lacked explosiveness through their first 4 games, averaging fewer than 6 yards per play against Football Bowl subdivision teams. They are ranked 76th in time between plays, snapping the ball an average of 27 seconds into the play clock. Texas Agricultural and Mechanical operates at an even slower pace, which suggests that both teams will approach the game methodically. This could be especially true if the Aggies continue to start freshman quarterback Marcel Reed, as they have in recent weeks. Defensively, both teams have shown the ability to limit scoring opportunities. Missouri allows the second fewest trips inside their 40-yard line in non-garbage time situations, holding opponents to just 3 points per trip. Texas Agricultural and Mechanical is similarly strong in this area, ranking in the top 40 in scoring opportunities allowed and giving up just 3.5 points per opportunity. Additionally, both teams rank in the top 30 in terms of limiting the opponent's starting field position, meaning each offense will likely have to drive more than 70 yards on average to score a touchdown. This suggests we may see longer, more deliberate drives rather than high-scoring explosive plays. The Aggies' rushing attack is likely to result in extended drives, while Missouri's defense is strong enough to force Texas Agricultural and Mechanical into field goals rather than touchdowns. Missouri's recent games haven't featured offensive fireworks either, and coming off a bye week, they could show some rust early on. The Tigers have gone under the total points line in 4 of their last 5 games, while the Aggies have stayed under in 4 of their last 6. Missouri has played under the total points line in 2 of their last 3 games, and they will likely try to control the pace of this game with a balanced attack on the ground and through the air. With Marcel Reed now at quarterback, Texas Agricultural and Mechanical has become more of a run-heavy team. Although they will still take occasional shots down the field, their preference has shifted toward a ground and pound approach. Unsurprisingly, their last 2 games have also gone under the points total. This matchup is shaping up to be a tough, physical Southeastern Conference battle, and I expect both defenses to outshine the offenses. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.